it's Ashley and Adam. We have a special guest for you today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce him, Adam?
Today we've got Nathan Geyer from Hallmark Home Mortgage. He's a licensed mortgage loan originator. Welcome, Nathan.
Thanks, Adam and Ashley.
Today we'd ask Nathan to join us to ask some questions about the home buying process, what it is that you need to do when it comes to getting a loan, and some different questions about loans.
There's so many different mortgage products and options these days. It's really more complex than it's ever been before, so the first step is to go ahead and talk with a professional, and you can go through different scenarios that you're working with, and from there, normally getting a credit report is one of the first steps that we do, because then that lets us get real as far as what you're going to be able to qualify for is regarding dollar amounts or products or anything along those lines.
Great.
So there's several products, an FHA loan, a conventional, VA, USDA. What's the difference between all of them?
Yeah, good question. There's really only two true zero down products left in the market. USDAs, you can still do zero money down. That's a Department of Agricultural loan or rural housing. VA is a veterans loan. You have to qualify for that. And then the FHA loans are just loans backed by the government, but the advantage there is that you only have to put 3.5% down. Conventional loans are typically for a little higher credit score borrowers, but normally they allow you to do 5% down. There is a 3% down option as well, but you have to have definitely a higher tier credit score to be able to qualify for those. But generally speaking, the mortgage insurance is going to be cheaper on a conventional loan, so that's why those products are normally reserved for the people with more down.
Okay, Nathan, I'm going to stump you with some of these questions here. You threw out FHA. What does that mean? VA. What does that mean? USDA. We also hear things like PITI, ARM, MI. What does all that stuff mean?
Yeah, basically, it's just everything that goes into your monthly payment. The PITI is principal, interest, taxes, which is property taxes, and insurance, which is your homeowner's hazard insurance. And then the only other piece of the puzzle that is in there, if you don't have at least 20% down, you're going to have some form of mortgage insurance. It's either going to be upfront as part of the financing, or it could be split out, like on an FHA and USDA. They actually have you pay part of it in a lump sum up front, which they allow you to finance back into the loan, but then they also have a portion of it that is monthly. The monthly portion on an FHA and USDA, it's important to know now, within the last 12 months, those are life of the loan. They used to be able to drop off when you hit like either 78 or 80% loan to value, depending on your circumstances, but that monthly portion of the mortgage insurance no longer drops off like it does on a conventional loan.
Nathan, one last question. I've had a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between a mortgage lender and just walking into a bank?
The government actually redefined mortgage loan originators a couple of years ago. If you work for either a broker or for a lender, Hallmark happens to be a lender, the mortgage loan originator has to be licensed now, which means you not only have to pass a background check, but then you can be fingerprinted and all that fun stuff, but then you also have to actually pass a state and a federal test. If you work at a bank, they report to a different regulatory agency, so they don't have to have the same standards. They still have to pass the background check, but they don't have to pass any kind of test. So generally speaking, you're going to find a more experienced mortgage professional if they're either on the broker side of things or on the lender side of things.
So Nathan, thanks for joining us today. If you have any more questions, please contact us and we'll send them over to Nathan. Join us next week when we'll be taking you to the National Association of Realtors Conference. We'll be sharing with you all the new information. We'll see you then.